The race to dominate the future of global internet connectivity is no longer confined to traditional terrestrial networks. Instead, it has moved into the vast expanse of space, where satellite megaprojects are reshaping how we connect with each other, access information, and bridge the digital divide. One of the most notable players in this new frontier is SpaceX's Starlink, a satellite internet service designed to provide high-speed, low-latency internet to underserved and remote areas worldwide. However, as Starlink continues to expand its network, it faces significant competition from China's own ambitious satellite megaprojects, which are challenging the dominance of private space companies like SpaceX. This competition is not only about technology and infrastructure but also about geopolitics, economic power, and the future of global communication. SpaceX's Starlink, launched by Elon Musk's SpaceX in 2019, was designed to provide internet access to remote and rural areas, where traditional internet infrastructure is often impractical or too costly to implement. Starlink uses a constellation of low Earth orbit (LEO) satellites to deliver broadband internet with relatively low latency compared to traditional satellite internet, which typically relies on geostationary satellites that are much farther from Earth. As of 2024, Starlink has thousands of satellites in orbit, providing service to millions of users around the world. The success of Starlink has positioned SpaceX as a leader in the emerging space internet industry, and Musk's vision of a connected world has drawn considerable attention and investment. However, China is making significant strides in challenging Starlink's dominance with its own satellite megaprojects. The Chinese government has been heavily investing in space infrastructure, aiming to create a global satellite network capable of competing with the likes of SpaceX. One of the key components of China's space internet initiative is the Tiantong satellite system, a constellation of satellites that is expected to provide global communication services, including internet connectivity. The Tiantong system is part of China's broader efforts to enhance its space capabilities, which include ambitious plans for a permanent lunar base, Mars exploration, and the development of advanced space technologies. These initiatives are not just about technological innovation but also about asserting China's position as a global leader in space exploration and communication. The competition between SpaceX and China's satellite megaprojects is not just a race for technological supremacy but also a geopolitical battle. As space becomes an increasingly important domain for global power, nations are vying for control over the infrastructure that will underpin the next generation of communication. The United States, with its private sector-led initiatives like SpaceX, has long been a dominant player in space. However, China's rapid advancements in space technology, coupled with its strategic investments in satellite networks, are challenging this dominance. The outcome of this competition will have far-reaching implications for global power dynamics, as the ability to control space-based communication networks will provide countries with significant leverage in both economic and diplomatic arenas. In addition to the geopolitical implications, the competition for space internet supremacy also has profound economic consequences. Both SpaceX and China's satellite initiatives are part of broader economic strategies aimed at fostering innovation, creating jobs, and driving growth in the space industry. The global satellite internet market is projected to be worth billions of dollars in the coming decades, and companies like SpaceX and China's state-owned enterprises are positioning themselves to capture a significant share of this lucrative market. For SpaceX, the success of Starlink is not just about providing internet to remote areas but also about generating revenue that can fund its ambitious plans for Mars colonization and other space exploration missions. For China, the development of a global satellite internet network is part of its broader goal to become a technological superpower and reduce its reliance on foreign technologies, especially from the United States. While the competition between SpaceX and China is fierce, it also highlights the potential benefits of a more connected world. Satellite internet has the ability to bridge the digital divide, providing high-speed internet access to areas that have been traditionally underserved by terrestrial networks. In regions like sub-Saharan Africa, rural India, and parts of Southeast Asia, satellite internet could be a game-changer, enabling millions of people to access education, healthcare, and economic opportunities that were previously out of reach. Both SpaceX and China's satellite initiatives have the potential to transform these regions, helping to create a more equitable global society. However, the challenge will be ensuring that the benefits of satellite internet are distributed fairly and that the technology is accessible to all, not just those in wealthy or politically influential regions. Despite the promising potential of satellite internet, there are also significant challenges that both SpaceX and China will need to overcome. One of the most pressing concerns is the issue of space debris. As more satellites are launched into orbit, the risk of collisions and the creation of space debris increases. This debris poses a threat not only to the satellites themselves but also to the safety of astronauts and other space missions. Both SpaceX and China are aware of this risk and are working on solutions to mitigate the impact of space debris, including developing satellite deorbiting technologies and creating new protocols for space traffic management. However, the long-term sustainability of space-based communication networks will depend on the ability to effectively manage this growing problem. Another challenge is the regulatory and legal framework surrounding satellite internet. Space is a global commons, and the use of space for commercial purposes raises complex legal and ethical questions. Who owns the rights to space-based communication networks? How should countries regulate satellite internet services to ensure fair competition and prevent monopolies? These are questions that will need to be addressed as the global space internet industry continues to grow. International cooperation will be essential to ensure that space remains a peaceful and accessible domain for all nations, and that the benefits of space-based communication are shared equitably. In conclusion, the battle for space internet supremacy between SpaceX and China's satellite megaprojects is not just a race for technological dominance but a broader contest for geopolitical, economic, and strategic influence. As both SpaceX and China continue to expand their satellite networks, they will shape the future of global communication, connectivity, and power. The outcome of this competition will have profound implications for the way we connect with each other, the way we conduct business, and the way we navigate the challenges of the 21st century. As we look to the future, the development of satellite internet will be one of the defining technologies of our time, and the players involved in this race will play a critical role in shaping the world of tomorrow.